Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. On this video, I want to do a follow-up from my last video that I uploaded a few days ago. So basically, I'm starting a new series of videos where I want to improve my current home lab setup. So the last video, I was able to rediscover my Cisco switch. I was able to find the SSH into it. So today, after looking at it, I found out that I have several VLANs set up from way back when that I thought I was going to use, and I never did. So I want to do a little bit of cleanup, create two new VLANs. I'll tell you the idea behind that of what I'm trying to accomplish, and I'll walk you through every single step that I go through. So I hope you like this video, and let's get to it. So the first thing I want to do is since I fixed SSH to my Cisco switch, I'm gonna SSH into it. Okay, so I'm in here. So like I said, my home lab is one big flat network. Everything lives on VLAN 1. So tonight I'm fixing that. I'm carving out two isolated networks, one for development, one for testing, completely isolated from each other and from the internet. And that's the best part. So I'm doing on the live cluster without taking a single thing down. So hopefully I don't break anything. I have a lot of things going on VLAN on my VLAN one. Like I said, I have a Kubernetes cluster. I have my domain controllers and some other stuff. Uh, so what I'm trying to accomplish today, um, keep my VLAN one, which is my production 192.168.1.0 subnet. That's where, like I said, I'm running Kubernetes, vCenter. So I want to leave that alone. I want to create a VLAN, probably VLAN 10 for development. That's going to be fully isolated. Then I want to create another VLAN 20 for testing. Again, completely isolated. The switch will not route between them. So each of those VLANs are going to be, like I said, completely isolated. Um, Basically, so that the Cisco 3850 that I have is a layer 3 switch, uh, which will happily route between the VLANs the second you give it a, you give it an SVI. And that's the opposite of what I want. I want hard isolation. So I'm not going to put the switch interfaces on these VLANs. Later, a single hardened jump box host will be the only way to get in and out. I'll make another video for that to show you guys how to do that. So let's get started. Let's see the current configuration. Let's see what's going on here. So let's do show VLAN brief. Okay, so as you can see, I have all these VLANs that I created a long time ago. I don't even remember what I was thinking and what I needed them for. So again, so VLAN 1, that's my default. That's where everything lives on. Server management, ESXi management, vMotion, VCSAHA, low side, high side. None of those are being utilized for anything. So I'm going to get rid of that. So let's see what we need to do here. So let's configure the terminal to get rid of the VLANs that I no longer need. To do that, we want to run the configure terminal command. Okay, and now we want to say no VLAN 10, no VLAN 20, no VLAN 30, no VLAN 40, and so on. Just going to keep going. No VLAN 50, no VLAN 60, and end. Okay, and we want to show again the VLANs to see what's going on, see what we did. So again, we're going to run show VLAN brief. And let's see, I'm sorry, I thought this was easy to read. Okay, hopefully that's better now. Okay, so now we see VLAN 1 and nothing else, and all the other ones are gone. So that's good. That's what we want. That's a clean setup now. So now what I want to do, I want to create those two VLANs, one for development, and one for test. Note the numbers are reused. So I'm reusing 10 and 20, but with a new purpose. So that's not an issue. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's configure those new VLANs. So I'm going to do configure terminal. Now I'm going to do VLAN 10. Then I'm going to give it a name. Name development and exit. Now I'm going to do VLAN 20. Name testing exit N. So notice I'm not typing a number of interface for VLAN 10 or an IP address or an IP routing. If I gave this, if I was to configure that, then the switch will make it routable. And like I said, I want to keep this isolated. So basically, I'm doing it this way to keep it as a pure layer 2 configuration for both of these two VLANs, for VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Okay, so let's look at the configuration one more time. So show VLAN brief. And now we see my main VLAN where everything is connected to. Then we see VLAN 10 for development and VLAN 20 for testing. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so let's do show running config section VLAN. Okay, so spanning tree VLAN 1 priority. Okay, that's good. I just wanted to double check that. So now I want to save this configuration, but I want to prove that nothing in production has changed. So let me run this other command just to make sure that everything is still good. Show IP interface, I'm sorry, and we'll do brief. Okay, so I can still see all my VLAN, all my interfaces that are connected, the ones that are up. And so this switch has 48 ports, and the first segment, which is these IP addresses right here, I'm using for one of my ESXi servers. Then the last segment I'm using for another ESXi server, and then everything else in between I don't have anything connected. That's why you see it saying down. So that's by design. So that's good. Okay. So now I want to do show spanning tree summary. One VLAN, that's the only one that's active right now, so that's good. One VLAN, forwarding 15, 15, yep. So that's what we want. So now we want to do confirm VLAN 1 slash 192.168.1.2 still up. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now I'm gonna write this to memory. So it's building the configuration. So production never flinched. Everything is good. I'm still connected. The cluster has been running this whole time. There's no issues. So basically, that's all I wanted to show you guys tonight. As you can see, so right now these VLANs are fully isolated with nothing on them. Next episode, I'm going to trunk them out of ESXi host, drop in some dev and test VMs, and I will start building the only bridge between these isolated VLANs. I'm going to set up a hardened jump box. That jump box of a VM is the only device that's going to have access to these isolated VLANs, and from there I can SSH to them and do work. But that's a good security a security way of keeping things isolated for testing and development. So again, hope you like it. This was a short video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Leave any comments, leave a like, and subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.